Hi, my name's David Taylor. I'm a principal of the firm Segelov Taylor Lawyers. This is a short video about what it means to be eligible to bring an unfair dismissal claim. Most unfair dismissal claims in Australia are brought under the Fair Work Act. Not everyone's eligible to bring a claim under that act. You need to be an employee, not a contractor, and you need not to be covered by a state industrial award or agreement or act, like, say, public sector workers. If you're not that, then you're likely to be covered by the Fair Work system, which means there's a whole lot of other eligibility criteria. The first is you need to have been employed for 6 months. If you haven't been employed for 6 months, or if your employer is a small business, less than 15 employees, 12 months, then you won't be able to bring the claim. The second is around earnings. You need to earn less than what's known as the high income threshold. That's a figure, an annual figure for salary that changes every year, goes up with CPI. As of 2022, 1 July, it's $162,000. So if you earn more than that high income threshold, you won't be eligible to bring an unfair dismissal claim unless you're actually covered by an enterprise agreement. So really the significant thing is, do you earn less than $162,000? Importantly, that's a number without superannuation, so you add superannuation on top of that, and doesn't include things like bonuses, commissions, or other things that aren't guaranteed. The third bit of the eligibility issue is that you need to not have been sacked by reason of genuine redundancy. A genuine redundancy arises when the employer says, well, the reason we're sacking you is not because of your performance or your conduct, but because we don't need your job done by anybody. Now, there's a little bit of wiggle room around this, but by and large, if the reason for the termination was a genuine redundancy, that will mean that you're not entitled to bring an unfair dismissal claim. Further thing, of course, is that you need to have been dismissed. A resignation is not generally a dismissal. There's one exception to that, what's known as a constructive dismissal. A constructive dismissal is where the employer brings you in and says, you need to resign today or else we're going to sack you. That is a dismissal in all effect, even though there's a technical resignation. And you can bring an unfair dismissal in those circumstances. But if the job's just horrible and you decide you've had enough and that's why you resign, by and large that will mean that you can't bring a claim for unfair dismissal. The final eligibility threshold is that the application needs to be made within 21 days. There's a little bit of wiggle room on this. You can seek an extension of time, but it's very hard, and it's much better to think of the 21 days as being a hard deadline. Of course, unfair dismissal isn't the only remedy you can bring and isn't the only claim you can make if you've been sacked. There are general protections, claim discrimination claims, and a whole range of others. It's important to get some advice on this, and we're able to assist.